I saw a screening of that movie that James Ellroy presented because he was doing a short story, Dick Hunt, and it was after I saw it on your show, and again, the song Hike Your Pants Up was in my head, and I'm sitting there laughing my ass off 2 rows in front of James Ellroy. I know this was a movie from my childhood. It's like, the pants are yeah, speaking of obscure references, that's another thing too about how reference-dense the show is. There are a million entryways for anyone experiencing the show for the first time. Maybe there's 5 minutes where you're watching going, I don't know what, and then one of you guys will say something that will make people go, I can't believe they just referenced that, and then someone else, like there's I forget what episode it is, but someone says, oh my God, they're arresting Carlin Ellison. Oh my God. Was it on Mitchell?
Yeah, I think so.
And then Joel said, good. There's only for the Carlin Ellison fans, there's also for the aren't his fans. There's just so many different things. It's like an internet chat room. You guys invented it, man.
Yeah, we invented the internet. Hey, I was just going to say, I mean, one of the big things is we never got notes from Comedy Channel. I mean, basically, when we started, they were so busy getting the network up and running, we never got notes. The only note we got from an executive was, we can't see the silhouette on a black and white movie, so make it green. And we did for like 2 shows. I don't know which shows that is. And then we figured out, you can blue the black and white movie, and then our black silhouette would pop.
Completist nerds, what are the 2 green silhouettes? Anyone?
Crawling hand.
Crawling hand?
Maybe it was one.
Was there a crawling hand and a crawling arm?
Yes.
Wow. They're on their way to making a body. I like that. Now, I remember seeing a special about the show when Tom Shales, the Washington Post, called it the Masterpiece Theater of Comedy Central. That was one of his reviews. And so they did a special about the show. We were talking about the fan mail from female fans that Joel and I suspect Mike also started. Hey! What's up? Was there like a weird kind of bad movie love cult building? Don't judge me with your eyes.
Hello.
I was very popular with elderly men. She was so tender.
By the way, this is such a personal thing, but I was watching the show one night. I was on the road working a comedy club with a comedian from Minneapolis, and there was you were making fun of some caveman movie, and you actually referenced a Minneapolis open mic, and this guy was like, I can't believe they just said his name on that. What was the guy's name?
Gomez. Gomez O'Prey. We used to.
Gomez.
We mentioned Gomez. Yeah.
Now Gomez was a guy that was kind of in your circle, or at least you knew of him, and put him in.
That was our bid, to get a wider audience. Kind of didn't get that. But if we reference some guy we know, that's going to put us right over the top. Not only any guy, a really obscure guy. Actually, before I was even on the show, I remember I went over to Mike and Bridget's house, and Mike was already on the show, and you played me a show from the first season, and there was a reference to Gomez O'Prey, and I'd never seen anything funnier in my life. I got transformed. Tears of joy from Frank. Yeah.
Now, the writers, how did you had to obviously keep Joel, Mike, robots, like the different voices in your head to write for, or did you just generate as many jokes as you could and see where they would fit?
Yeah, when the movie was playing, we would just yell out whatever came into our head. I mean, I don't speak for everyone, but I think it wasn't a question while you were writing, riffing on the movie that you were thinking this would be this character or this character. That kind of came later in the process. When you would actually take the script and assign the lines, and then you Crow, it'd be great for Crow. You know, that kind of came afterwards.
Yeah.
But we'd also do every third line, you know, like I get every third line, so it's kind of random sometimes.
Okay. Well, what was the movie that caused the biggest amount of fights in terms of some of you saying, this is awful, it won't work, no, this is the funniest thing we've ever done? Was there ever a movie that you really kind of drew a line on and people had to really push it to get it on? Or?
Well, I used to, my job for a while was to screen the movies and to pick them, or I wouldn't pick them, I would say, oh, this one I should show to everybody, and then everyone would decide, and there were a few that I said, oh man, we got to do this, and they were like, right, you're crazy, you're not doing that. One of them I remember that I was really fond of was Bela Lugosi meets the Purple Gorilla. I was a huge advocate of it. I was asked to leave the building.